All right, so let's dive into something I bet we've all felt. You know that little jolt of panic, that, why feeling when your phone rings unexpectedly? So many of us prefer a quick text over a spontaneous phone call. Today, we're going to unpack the real psychology behind that. Just think about it for a second. You're in the zone, right? Deeply focused on something, and then, bam, your phone starts ringing. Does that feel like a welcome little break? Or does it feel more like a wrecking ball to your concentration? If you're nodding right now, trust me, you are in good company. Now, the easy explanation, the one you hear all the time, is, oh, it's just social anxiety or you're just shy. But what if there's a much deeper reason? What if that preference for texting is actually a really clever strategy to protect your most precious resource, your mental energy? So first up, let's just tackle that common idea head on. This whole concept of phone anxiety. It's a popular term, and yeah, for a lot of us who hesitate to pick up, that feeling of dread makes the label seem like it fits perfectly. That sinking feeling when the phone rings, it is so common. But here's the thing. Just writing it off as shyness or social anxiety is a really incomplete picture. It kind of misses the bigger and honestly more strategic reason behind why we hesitate. Okay, so let's try to reframe this whole thing. Instead of thinking about it as anxiety, let's introduce a new idea that I think really gets to the heart of what's going on. It's called selective accessibility. So what is selective accessibility? It's not about avoiding people at all. It's about consciously, strategically choosing how and when you're available. It's a deliberate choice to manage your interactions, to protect your focus, and save that mental energy for the stuff that actually matters to you. See, you're not being avoidant. You're just being efficient. This quote really just nails it. It's not about being shy. It's about selective accessibility and protecting your mental bandwidth. That's the key right there, mental bandwidth. This choice is an act of self-preservation. It's you taking control of your focus in a world that is constantly trying to steal it. So why does this whole strategy feel so right? Well, it turns out the answer is baked right into our biology, into how our brains are wired. Our brains absolutely love order and predictability. They're constantly trying to guess what's coming next. And an unscheduled phone call, well, that is the definition of unpredictable. You have no idea who it is, what they want, how long it's going to take, or what kind of emotional energy it's going to demand from you. Texting, on the other hand, it gives you all that order back. Texting gives our brain a huge advantage because it breaks communication down into these three beautiful, manageable steps. First, you receive the message totally pressure-free. Then you get the time you need to really process it. And finally, you can respond with actual intention. That whole on-the-spot pressure, gone. It's communication on your own terms. Now, this goes beyond just processing information. This preference also has a ton to do with how we want to present ourselves to other people. Think about it. On a phone call, your reaction is just whatever comes out. It's spontaneous. But a text, that gives you the time and space to craft what some researchers call a contextual identity. You can be funnier, or more thoughtful, or more professional. You get to choose the version of you that you want to present in that moment. It's like you're the curator of your own digital self. So let's just lay this all out, side by side. This chart makes it crystal clear. When you look at the environment, phone calls are unpredictable, while texting is predictable. For processing, calls demand an on-the-spot reaction, but texts let you be deep and thoughtful. And finally, your identity on a call is spontaneous, while in a text, it can be totally curated. It becomes pretty obvious why one feels so much more controlled and way less draining. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, it means we can probably stop thinking of this preference as some kind of flaw and start seeing it for what it is, a skill. So here's what it all boils down to. When you choose to text someone, you're not being anxious. You're conserving your energy. You're simply leaning into your brain's natural love for predictable situations. You're using a tool that lets you think more deeply, and you're taking control over how you show up in the world. It's a strategic choice, not a character flaw. When you get right down to it, it's all about one thing. It's about being a good manager of your own mind. In this crazy, hyper-connected world, strategically managing your mental bandwidth isn't just a nice little trick. It's absolutely essential for your focus and your well-being. And that kind of leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. In a world that demands we be accessible 24/7, maybe the real superpower isn't being always on. Maybe it's having the wisdom to choose exactly how and when you connect. What do you think?